Hello everybody and welcome to Cat's Cottage. I'm fixing to paint this wooden house that I got at the Salvation Army, and I've got some just scrap paints, craft store paints, and I put it in a paper plate, and I got a larger size of a brush, and I'm going to start out with the dark green, and I'm going to put the dark green on the roof. I have a dark green on my roof, so I'm going to make a dark green on this one here. Okay. I might, when I show this, I don't know if I'll run this fast or not. I don't want to drag people out too far, too long. This is just one of those cheap house brushes you can get. And not expensive, about $2, I think, or maybe even less than that. It's not important as long as it's comfortable for you to paint with. Now this wood is real dry, and I'm going to guess it's going to just suck it up. And that's okay too. Okay, let's keep turning. Now, depending on what kind of person that you are, you can do some taping with painter's tape and all that kind of thing, and make it where you want it, perfect on the lines and stuff. I'm going to put this right here where it was, up on the balcony, on the top of that cabinet that I finished. Well, I'm not finished with that cabinet. I don't like my corners, so I'm going to get two little corner pieces. They have corner pieces that you can put on plaster walls. They're kind of V-shaped and they fit into a corner. And I'm gonna get me two of those and put it on the corner of that cabinet over there. I don't want to invest a lot of money into that cabinet. We can have a windstorm and it'd be gone, all broken up and everything. So I don't want to invest a lot into it. That's why it's really, it's just all made of garbage, and what's on it come from the Salvation Army. So I haven't invested a lot into it, and I think this one was this house right here. Maybe I got it about $350. Time I got the discount and everything, and all this paint here I've had a long time, and it's really old, and it needs to be used up. Some of it needs to be thrown away and replaced. Okay, now this is my roof might be a little darker than this, but there we go. Make sure I got all the under parts. You know how you paint something or do something and you'll look at it and you'll see something you miss and you're just sitting there looking at it, and I don't want that to happen. Make sure I get everything so there won't be no, oh, I missed a spot. So there we go there. And those frogs have really been courting out there. Carrying on. I hope y'all can see all what I'm doing. kind of hard to paint up under there now. Now, wood will turn dark when it gets older, and that'll be okay, you know. That might be sort of like what you want if you couldn't get your paintbrush and all that up under there. Okay. Whoop. Got a corner over here. Oh, it just keeps coming and coming, don't it? So, here we go. In the house, in particular, I'm going to just make it red, and I'm going to make the edging white. And put it right back up there where I had it up on top of that cabinet. Okay, I'm not going to detail this thing a lot either. I'm going to keep it kind of simple. I do have some lighter green out, and I am going to kind of, I don't know how this is going to work since this stuff is absorbing up pretty quick. I don't want it to look like ridiculous. But anyway, that is a little bit of moss growing on the roof. That's what I'm attempting here. Okay. All right. Here we go. Get this moss growing up here on the roof. And come on this side. I could have put this on last, and I can always go back and do it over again. So, and there's some moss up in here under the roof edge. Yeah. Well, just keep going back more the dark and the green, the light and the dark. No big deal. It don't have to be perfect. It's just a birdhouse. Okay. Let's see. We'll put a little moss up under here since I didn't paint it. Okay, did I get everything? Oops. Yeah, what do you think there, Mr. Frog? Okay, now we're going to put some red into it. This feels a little thin. I'll get it way over here. Yeah, it's kind of thin. That means it's going to soak into this wood pretty much. I got a piece of that tablecloth reversed right here, so I wouldn't ruin my table. Yeah, I'm suspecting that that's going to really draw that paint up. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing or not. I ain't going to worry about the window so much. I'm going to come back after it dries. I'm going to come back over that window with some white. And okay. Yeah, them frogs talking to each other. Boy, they love that pond. They are really into it. They are got babies everywhere. Little teeny frogs, and I bet you I've accidentally stepped on a few. I hate that, but what I walk on is that speckled stone, so it's really hard to see those little frogs. Here we go. You try to dab it so much, trying to detail it and all that, and worry about overlining, uh, you make yourself crazy. And it's just wood that's real absorbent in the paint. It wants to take up all the, suck it all in. So here we go. This is going to be maybe a little more difficult to get to. But you can always just run some green back over that roof or your window there. And whoop, yep. There we go. It's getting harder to hold on to because of the wet paint. I normally don't paint in front of people. I'm not a teacher wanting to teach anybody anything. I'm just right now. Normally, I would just do this quiet and not say anything. And this is the best way to do it here with a paper plate. And you can just throw the plate away when you get through. Okay, this is starting to look like a nice little barn. I had a brother. He's gone now, but I had a brother that had a red house. A red house with white trim. Okay, now all I do is I'll go back and I'll touch up the roof while it's wet, so it'll blend in. I'll take some of this red off. I don't have a pot of water, and if I did have a pot of water, it would make this brush really sloppy. So what I'm going to do here is just come back over. It might make it a little darker green. That'll be okay. That'll help me out. A little bit of that red mixed in there might help me out. Okay. Not perfect. Probably going to look like maybe a little kid painted it, and that's all right too. Okay, we'll put a little moss under there to cover that mishap up. Put a little moss under the roof edge. Go. Okay, that's like I said, it's not supposed to be perfectly done. Um, get a little going all up under these windows here, just to give it a little character than just plain. Okay, now I'm gonna wipe my brush off again, and what I'm gonna do to do it white is, I guess you could say you really need to wash the brush, but I don't want a drippy mess here, so I'm going to just try to get it off dry. What I'm doing is just rubbing it down. Get a glass of tea. Swallow a tea. Try to get most of that red off because I don't really want pink. Now here's my white paint. Yeah, that sounds thin too. Okay, we'll pour it in the plate more toward the green than the red. Okay, now this, like I said, this is just old craft paint from any place. It's not enamel or nothing like that. It's just old water paint. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I want to make sure this is not pink. So what I'm gonna do is, as I start to paint, then I'll rub it clean again so it won't be pink. Now I'm just gonna rub on that edge. And I'm going to rub around on this edge real quick. I don't want anything pink. There we go. Okay, and then I'll wipe it off again. I want it pink. Right back over that. There it goes. If it does look pink, I'll come back over, come back and touch it again with a real white. There you go. If any bird tries to get in here, it'll be one of those wrens that come up here. They think they own this balcony. Actually, they think they own the whole yard, really. Yeah, I see y'all out there. Very pretty. It's a mockingbird out there. He's mocking, sounding like another bird. Okay. You see the mess I'm making. I'll turn it on around, see if I find the other window where it's hiding. Okay. I'm just coming right across the top of that little edge. Notice I'm not even bothering letting anything dry. I'm just going for it. Okay. Okay. Yep, I'm starting to get sticky there. All right, let's see where we're at on this. That's the way I want it to sit, like that. So I am going to go over those little windows again, just to make sure they're not popping up pink. Don't want no pink. I want white. I want white windows. Okay, I'm getting close to done here. I don't think I'm gonna add any kind of more details than this. Um, I have painted out little birdhouses to where, you know, I had everything painted on them. So, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use up my green that I have, so it won't look like I'm wasting it, throwing it away like that. So I'm going to just, and maybe, you know, maybe there's a vine or something growing up this house. Let me turn it so y'all can see my vine coming on up. Yeah, he's probably growing all on up the house, and he's done caught up under the roof. You know how those vines will grow up and then they catch under the roof. So that's probably what I got going on here. I won't get carried away and get too much here. Okay. There we are. Now that looks close. My hands are sticky from the glue that I did that cabinet with. And then it's sticking on the paint and the paper here. Boy, that was really good glue I used on that tablecloth on the cabinet. That's a 3M glue. And it's spray. It's pretty expensive, a bottle. I mean, a squirt can, though. And I got it in the grocery store, of all places. And when I was in the grocery store, the lady said, "Oh, I got to tell you how you use that. You don't put much on, and just barely spray it." And I thought, this is a grocery store. This ain't a paint shop. This is a grocery store. What do you know about it? But I didn't say all that. I just says, "Thank you. Good to know." Okay, this is going to go way up on the roof, too. I'm going to climb up on the roof. Okay, maybe this is climbing right back in here. Climbing right on up here. Okay, Kathleen, stop. I'm going to have to paint the barn red again. Okay. See, that didn't take long. Oh, yeah, I just slopped it on there. Okay, we're going to take it over here, and we're going to put her up here. Let me raise the camera up so y'all can see where she's living, going to be. Oh, it won't go all the way up. I'll have to raise the camera up and show y'all once I get her up here. And I'm going to hot glue it down. As a matter of fact, let me see what I got right here. Okay. Now, the reason that I'm hot gluing it is because of these animals around here. They will come and take it away. Now, I'm going to hot glue it underneath here. I'm going to get a lot of glue on here. Okay. And then I'm going to set her right up here, category it so that make it on the side so you can see all three windows. There we go. You're good. Okay, now let me raise it up and show you. Okay, there she is. I'm hoping you are seeing it. Yeah, it's not too dark up there. Okay, I got that all done. And I showed you the other video. I finished all this, and I'm just all happy about it. And these little things right here, I really like this. I might put this on the inside of my cabinets in there in the kitchen. Uh, Maybe red check, something like that, you know. But anyway, and like I said, and I'm gonna get to the hardware store and I'm gonna get me this little. It fits right on the corner. You can put it on your wall or cornering, and I'm gonna glue it right on there so it'll look nicer. So that's it. That's the painted birdhouse. Okay, I'm gonna clean up my mess and I'm gonna go. I enjoyed talking to y'all. Bye bye.